Hey guys, welcome to week 2 of Allard's transformation. We're still super pumped and Allard's training hard. We're keen to share what's going on, so let's get into it. Day 1, it's leg day for Allard. Starting with 2 supersets, which is just switching between exercises. Then we're going to finish off with squats. In today's session, I explained a few basic training things to Allard, which I'll explain to you guys now. The first is the different type of muscle contractions. So the first two are concentric and eccentric. Concentric is the effort phase of the movement, for example the up phase of a squat. And the other is eccentric, when you're reloading, like when you bring the bar down on a bench press. Isometric contraction is when the muscle is holding still and contracting. Best example of this is a plank. I'll go into a bit more detail about all 3 of these at the end of the video. So in the video that's on screen, Allard's progressed to holding a little bit of weight while he's doing his squats. We're still working on his technique. Starting to add some weight is going to increase that muscle growth a little bit and get him started on the road to being swole. Now it may be hard for us to visualize Allard actually getting massive. A friend of mine who I met at the gym actually used to look like Allard. He's now an absolute unit. Go follow Lockie Brikey on Instagram. And I'm going to link his transformation video in here as well. I've been asking him for advice this week, and his main point was eating. He used to eat constantly. Basically, he got quite fat, but really strong at the same time, and then lost all the fat. So we're going to get Allard to start upping his eating, and we're going to start training more, aiming for 4 times a week. Due to the amount of extra eating Allard has to do, we're going to set up a few ways for you guys to help us out with the costs. He's pretty broke already, so if you want to help out, please do. We've set up a Patreon account, which is on the channel if you want to click the link, and that sets up a monthly donation at whatever amount you want. You can also use the app Beamit if you want to send a one-off amount. As a description, just say it's for Allard's food, and that'll really help out heaps. Now to finish up, I'm going to go into those 3 types of contractions a little bit more, the concentric, eccentric, and isometric contractions. For muscles to increase in size, we must break down the muscle tissue, making little tears in the muscle. The body's response is to build it back stronger and bigger, thus making someone more muscular. The best way to do this is through resistance training, using all 3 types of contractions. Firstly, the concentric. This is the effort phase of the movement, when you have to move against the resistance, most commonly gravity. An example of this is the upward phase of a bench press. You have to push the bar away from you against the force of gravity. Concentric contraction means the muscle is shortening while the movement occurs. Eccentric contraction is the reverse. This is when the muscle is lengthening and the muscle contracts. This is why you must control the reload phase of your movement, as it's actually very beneficial for muscle stimulation and growth. In the bench press, as you lower the bar back down to your chest, the pecs are lengthening under the load and contracting. Lastly, isometric contractions. This is when the muscle is contracting while it's held still. The most common example of this is the plank, but earlier in the video, I had Allard holding a squat. In the squat hold, his quads are contracting while stabilizing him in the squat position. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe below, and feel free to ask any questions in the comments or things you want to see in the next video. See you soon.